Right then, I'm on my way now to Sedgley Aquatics to pick some stuff up to treat my koi, and then I'm doing a pond visit over to the Black Country guy, Dave. So I'll catch you in a bit, folks. Right then, I've just come back from Black Country bloke Dave's, just to prove it. Absolutely brilliant bloke. Cheers for that, mate. Mason's made up with it. I did an old videoing because he's working from home and the bloke's really busy. He just took a little bit of time out to help me out, and I've been over and bought a fish for Mason. I'll spin you around and show you this fish. There he's in there. I ain't gonna mess about. I want to get him out the bag and get him in the pond. Cheers, Dave. A little review on the Lanex Pro. As you can see, it's cost me 43 quid, and the reason being at the bottom how much water it treats. Now then, I've got 3,000 gallons in my pond, so that's why I bought that box, and it cost me 43 quid. Now, there's nothing at all on the outside of that box saying that you may have to treat it twice, which means if I need to treat it twice, it's going to cost me another 43 quid, which they'll tell it on the box. So in theory I needed to buy the bigger box, which I think should have been put on the front of the box. Now the instructions are inside the box, so until you've actually purchased it and got it home and read the instructions, you realise that you may have to treat it twice, double the cost. The other thing with it is, after your treatment, it recommends that you use Colombo Fish Protect. That's 48 hours after the last dosage, chatting bubbles again, after the last dosage of Lanex Pro. So that's something else you've got to buy. Now, in my personal opinion, if you need 2 or 3 products for the product to work, it should be a kit. It shouldn't be hidden inside a book, inside the box, in instructions. It should be clearly written on the outside of the box, or a member of staff who's selling it, or if it's on the internet, it should be highlighted that you need the other 2 products. God knows how much them cost, because I know nothing about it until I've just read the instructions. Now then, it also states that you need, oh, hang on a bit, it's called Vita Spray. Now this is sprayed onto your fish food, and what this is supposed to do is encourage them to eat. So it helps them obviously wants them to eat. So it helps build the fish back up again after going through a week of treatment. Understandable. If that's what you need, that's what you need. As long as the product works, it don't matter. But at the end of the day, that's cost me 43 quid, where I might have to go out and buy another box, 86 quid in total. And then the other 2 products that are inside the instructions, inside the box, where you can't read it until you've actually gone and spent 43 quid. So God knows how much them 2 products are going to cost, and it's their product. So the reason for this review is Lanex Pro, get your act together. If it needs the 3 items, the 3 items should come as a kit. There shouldn't be no hidden things inside. So I've got to travel all the way to my aquatic centre. Well, it's a pet shop really. It ain't so much a massive aquatic centre. They've got a lot of stuff. All I'm saying is, if you're buying stuff like this and you supply it, it should be supplied as a kit, if it's a kit that you need. So people, I just got this sort of money, and you all know if you've been watching my videos how much money I've spent on this pool this year. I ain't got that money. I ain't got that sort of money. Chatting bubbles again. That's on my credit card. If I hadn't got my credit card, the fish would just be dying, because I wouldn't have the money to cover it, not a catching else chance. And that's why I keep saying, and I've said it all along this year, money after money after money. I'm having a bad year, that's all it is, and everybody who's got koi ponds has that, goes through that. It's just part of koi keeping. But if you ain't got spare money and you ain't got a credit card, I've had that over 30 years. when things like this pop up, good God, where do you keep finding the money from? And another two things you need on top of that. Like I say, these should be a kit, the three items in the kit, and if you need to treat it twice, it should clearly state on the box before you purchase it. A member of staff or the advertisement should state you need these other two items, and if you need to treat it twice, you need to buy double the size of what I've just bought. But anyway, saying that, I've got a gear to try. Like Andy says, every day's a skill day. I've got to try it. Hopefully I don't need to get a second dose, but I will get back to you and I'll let you know how I've got on treating my fish. Give that a good mix, and I will stir it before I put it in. That has gone down. Now crumbs. And I had this a bit at a time, over a period of time as well. So I'll get back to you. This Lanex Pro takes some right mixing. Now what I don't want in my pond is the little lumps of that stuff floating about for the fish to swallow. And it does take, it took me about 40 minutes yesterday with an air stone in it and this stick to get that powder to dissolve. Probably a different way of doing it, but it tells you, well, there ain't really any instructions that comes with the box. It just tells you to put it in where your water goes into your pond. It don't tell you how to mix it with water, it don't tell you nothing. Okay then, there you can see it, there was 1,000 ml in that bottle. Now I've worked it out on my pool, 3,000 gallons, 750 ml. So what I did, to be on the safe side, I pour 700 ml in. So I put the 700 ml in to see how the fish reacted, left it for a few hours, and they was doing exactly what they're doing there, swimming about without no stress or nothing. So I added the 50 which I'd calculated into the pond, and during the night, in and out during the late evening, checking on the fish, they seem to be no problems at all. Like I says, the same as today, swimming round like they was looking for something to eat, thankfully anyway. But then, is anything working? Because it does say they can flash and they can jump because it irritates the flukes and whatever itches him treating. So today I've added the last 250 ml. Please don't do what I've done. It doesn't tell you to do that, it tells you to do the correct dosage. So I've dosed it because I've got, obviously I've lost a few fish over the period of a few weeks, so I'm trying my hardest to get rid of them. Is it the right thing or the wrong thing to do? I don't know. Here's my fish all swimming about. I've just put the other 250 ml in and them all swimming about without a care in the world, thankfully for that anyway. Fish are all swimming about, lazing about, them all swimming about okay. Mason's little asagi down there, it's grown absolutely massive. Well, I say massive, it's grown a lot. Now the problem I've got now, as you know, Maggie May's fish, who's over there, you can see her blotches look a little bit more pink. Goldie, a big koi here, I got him out yesterday for a scrape, absolutely gutted. He's got a proper sore underneath his fin, which obviously, as you look from here, look, you can't see it. I've just done a scrape just to make sure there was no flukes or nothing, because I don't need them jumping overnight. And it looks like I've got another fish I've just noticed, bloody hell, with a really bad sore on him. So I'm going to have to try and get him out, check them all. Oh, Maggie's fish looks really bad. Yeah, his tail's all rotting and everything. I don't know what to do anymore. I've been asking advice off everybody and everybody's going through the same. Their tails really rotted really bad. I only had her out the water yesterday. No, not yesterday, the day before, and she was that bad. What do? You're using chemicals. You put a chemical that's recommended for that particular problem, and then you can't treat with any other chemical till that one's wore out. Well, that's a 7-day treatment. So I wanted to crack on and get these out and sort them out. Everything just seems to be going from bad to worse. Right then folks, just when you think everything's working out okay, it's the 4th of August. Just been feeding the fish. Now they're all spooked now because I've got my net out. Mason's been hand feeding the fish. Don't mess, mate, please. I've got a fish in here. I'll see if I can turn him round. He had 3 red spots on him when I bought him. 2 of the red spots have gone. He's only got 1. I don't think you can see him just over there. That was for that's Maggie May, that is. That was his twin sister that sadly passed. And I bought them both a fish. One for Mason, one for McLeod. It is with the orange spot. Now I thought it got the orange on the mouth. I know that you can see that little bit of orange on the mouth there. Mason's just been hand feeding, and we've noticed it's a bit of rot round the mouth, and also Goldie has got a bit of a sore, but he did jump out and whack that filter, so I'm assuming that's what that is. It's only just a slight little bit. So I want to get that white fish out. Here's Goldie, and of course it's only a very tiny pink mark on him. Here he is. You can hardly see that. It's only because Mason's been hand feeding him as I've seen it. So, more problems at Copey's Koi. When will it ever end? So I want to get that fish out now, and if I can I'll film it, show you this mouth. Right then folks, I tested my water yesterday, more parameters, slightly out. See if I can read them for you now, tell you what there was. Sorry about the noise, obviously it's the filter. My pH was 9.0. The ammonia was bang on, 0. My nitrates was 0.5. And my nitrites was 5.0. So I decided to clean my pond, like I said, hoovered it all out, cleaned the pond out. I've just turned them bottles round, them have been there all night though. So after I cleaned all the pond out, cleaned my filter out, a damn good clean, and I mean a thorough clean. I tested my water parameters again. I've got my trickling going. I've got my hose pipe on a very fine spray to try and help top it up and refresh the water. And then when I tested the water after that, folks, my pH was 8.5. My ammonia was still 0. My nitrates was 0. Nitrite was 0, sorry. I mean nitrate was 5.0. My KH was 6. My GH is the hardness of the water, that was 11. And my fish was proper struggling yesterday. The heat obviously they help. You can see by the colours. Let's see if I can work them out on here, folks. Right. That's at the bottom. Apparently you're supposed to look through it that way. So See if I can do it for you without tipping it all out. But these are from yesterday though, so I'm going to do a test this morning. The spouse will up down the tube that way. It was off the scale. That one. Try and do it again. That was the nitrite. Down the scale again. That's cleared up because yesterday it was on that one there. Yesterday that just seems to have gone a bit lighter overnight. What was I put on that one? No. That one was nitrates, and again yesterday it was on, well it still is, there it is, look, deadly. So yesterday I had a game and a half, luckily a while ago I bought that. And I worked it out for the 3,000 gallons I needed. Bear with me folks. Right, KH buffer according to that packet is 50 millilitres per 75 gallons, and I worked it out yesterday. I needed 2,000 millilitres because I've got 3,000 gallons. Well, if you look at the top there, that's all I'd got, 1.5 kg, so it wore enough. I think it was about 1,900, something like that. But I was in such a tiz last night. So I'm just trying to turn the camera in while I'm turning in. Oh, that's right. Last night folks, I was in such a tiz. I scrapped the fish myself. I couldn't find nothing on my microscope. It was just a cheap one from out of Lidl's. So I found a mate of mine. He's got a £120 microscope. So I scraped two of my fish, one that's still sulking today. Took it down to him, he looked in his microscope, couldn't find nothing at all. They were just lying on the bottom, doing nothing. I think there's 5 of them. I hadn't got a clue what it was. So anyway, like I said, I checked the water, it wasn't too far out. But after I'd cleaned it, thinking it to be a lot better, oh God, was I wrong. I've never had this in all the years I've had my pond. This year's been the worst year I've ever had. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to do another water test now and see what the differences are from what I've just showed you. And then what I'll do is I'll get back to you and see what the change is today. After I put that KH buffer in last night, the fish was going absolutely crazy. They was swimming around the pond like crazy. They was all flashy, jumping. Never seen nothing like it in my life. I don't know whether I've done the right thing, the wrong thing, whether I've got my measurements all wrong. I've never had to deal with anything like that before, at all. I ain't got a clue what's caused it. I've still got my feeder on. I was going to turn that off, but my mate said just keep that running. So I kept it running. But it's only on 1 scoop of feed every 4 hours, and only 4 meals a day, which ain't a lot of food at all for the size of the fish I've got, so I really don't know what it is. But anyway folks, I'm going to do a water test now and see how it is this morning. I'll get back to you. Well, another day, another problem. Maggie May's fish down there, that he's feeding. Got 3 red blotches on the side that look more inflamed today. I don't think it's just me spending too much time up here now and getting paranoid. or what it is. But the last few nights, every night, everything, look how clear that water is now. Summit is jumping like crazy in the night. I expected to get up this morning and find a fish down the side of my pond. So today I want to get 2 fish out and scrape them. Them all swimming around, them all feeding like crazy. They all look amazing, apart from Maggie May's fish. And when I watch them during the day, I've seen a couple of skimming the other day, but I just thought it might have been this Acriflavine I've put in. They might have irritated them, but apparently not. It might aggravate, if they've got fluke or something, it might aggravate that, and that's what's making them skim. So my plan is now is to do a scrape and check that. But as you can see, them all swimming around, them all lively, none of them clamped up. They all look in good health. There's a couple of white fish. Like I said, no, it's me getting pat them. I do look a little bit pink instead of white, but I really don't know whether that's me just getting paranoid now. So anyway, I want to crack on, scrape them and get them checked. Right, this is the first time I've ever had Goldie out the pond since I've just done a scrape. I don't know if that's just the colour of a tail, a bit of pink. That'll look sore. I want to try it. A little bit of a, oh dear, just a little pink speck there, which I want to treat. I want to do it now and get it back in. Sorry about the camera work. Right then folks, this is just an old net I've put her into. I've got her out in my big net. Got worse problems what I thought. Don't miss matey. All the bodies all sore, look. Now I thought that was orange on her face, like they call lipstick, but they look at that poo bugger. So what I'm going to do now, I've got, don't mess mate, because it's nasty, it's got germs on her, look. So I'm just checking on her. That's the fish that I bought. Like I say, for his twin sister Maggie May away with us no more. Now matey, because it's got germs on her mate. I want to treat her now and get her back in the water. What I'm going to do, I'm going to just put a drip on her mouth and I'm going to treat the whole pond. Okay, I'm back in my filter house because the sun's glowing. This is telling you not to use this when the temperature isn't too hot, but what else can I do? That's just a little tub I've put, as you've seen me. Just dab it on, just try my best. And I've got there, I'm hoping is the right measurement. I used it before, 380ml to 3,000 gallons. So I'm going to put that in now folks. And I'm just going to show you something. I haven't got my video out yet because obviously everything's been going backwards for me, so I'm way behind with all my videos. We're in August now and you're watching videos from June, I think July, dying fish too. So that waterfall there yesterday, I went over there yesterday. I took that plant out there because it don't look like it's doing too good. Whether it's because when I water the other plants around it with the hose pipe, it's the water out the hose that's burning it. Let me just zoom in, show you. Right, that was inside the bucket at the top, on top of a rock, so it ain't below water, but look at the leaves on it. The forget me not that's in the waterfall, you can see that's going absolutely brilliant. But so the sun's decided to come up now and block the view. It's one thing after another. Right, so I'm trying to do the camera. Right, the two tubs at the top, there's supposed to be a water pump. Obviously that was just a water feature. I had a Gidme and I converted it. Cut the top ring out my waterfall there, look, so it all overflowed and it looks absolutely brilliant. The only thing is, I don't know whether you can actually see the rock. So the sun's right there, I'm trying to film. There's a rock just inside there. See if I can do it, hang on, do it with the other hand. See if I can show you. Oh, hang on. There's a rock just there. Oh, it's zooming in out on my finger, right? There's a rock just inside that waterfall there. That's what the plant was sitting on. Now when I went and got that plant out there yesterday, that smells terrible. Now I had a message off Daz, Skeggy Pond, and if you're able to see Daz's videos, get over there. He does Skegness pond supplies as well, filters, food, pipe fittings, pumps, all sorts. Get on his website. Just tell him Copey's Koi, subscribe to the bloke, absolutely brilliant. But he said to me, something about it might be bacteria off them rocks. Now there's 2 rocks on there on the waterfall holding it down, because obviously it's just like white plastic. The alpha grog, I put that in, 2 reasons. One for the water to go through, which I thought might help with the water quality, and the other one is to stop the birds drinking and bathing in it. That was the idea. I know it's green, but I've left that because I thought, well, maybe it's doing some good. But what I'm deciding to do now, as much as I want to, is disconnect that. Well, I've turned it off now, as you can see, because that smelled terrible yesterday when I took that plant out. So my plan is now, this is another video that I've been working on since February, I think it is. That green filter there, which has been an absolute ball, like you'll see that on another video. I'll probably get that on December. So I'm going to try and rig my pump up, which is just sucking water. I'll just show you. You can see that little pump there, look. It's just sucking water out the pool and circulating it up and around and down that waterfall. Just for more circulation and oxygen, I suppose. So I'm thinking of disconnecting that now. I'm really annoyed, really, because I've cut the ring out the top of that. That was a gift I had when I built my pond 32 years ago. Plastic. It's still as good as the day I had it, apart from the fact that I've cut that ring out the top. But that's just holding stagnant water in them 2 pots. So I'm thinking is now that little pump, run the pipe round there and get it in there where I've got brushes and sponges, which will give me different bacteria. So anyway, folks, I'm going to get my Acriflavine in the water, and I've just got my water right after Lanex Pro. As you know, I've had a treat. Just got my water right, got all the fish feeding absolutely brilliant. Now there's something on the lip, and I thought it was just the red, because I did have a red blotch on her face in her pattern, and I just assumed it was that. People call it lipstick. I'm just trying to get the fish in. There they are. Yeah, some people call it lipstick. I have got one in there that has got it on. But anyway, just getting the water clean, having the UV back on, and I've got to turn the UV back off again. When will it ever end, folks? So I'm going to get the Acriflavine in now and get them treated. Right, back over to my waterfall. Inside there, I think the water in the bottom is stagnant, and in the bottom of that one, now there's a big rock there. And that plant was sitting on it. Now I don't know whether it's acidity in the water that's causing the problem with my fish, but look at that plant. I don't know if that's caused the same. That just sat on top of that rock in that water rather than be under the water. Let me just move that out of the way. I'm just adding these plants on here. You can see, thanks to Low off the French connection, tell me where to get that from. That's giving really good. Another one there, and there's 2 there. Now I have mentioned before, I put the alpha grog on there thinking when the water's running through that, it'll help the water quality going back into the pond, and the other reason is to stop the birds drinking and bathing. And that was the whole idea of that alpha grog. But my thinking is, but I had all this running last year and never had a problem. I really can't understand why I'm having so many problems this year. You can't see that now because that water's settled. But when I come round yesterday to have a look at this, the amount of crap that was floating around in there and the smell of it was really, really bad. Really bad. Like sewerage. So I'm doing a balancing act here at the moment, folks. I'll show you. Trying to stand on there, look, yeah. And I'm balancing on the edge of that. This is all I've got to walk around without falling in. Here's all the fish. So what I'm going to do today, I want to get my hoovering and give my pond a good hoovering. Get all the crud out the bottom again, which it ain't nowhere near as bad as what you seen on previous videos. That little bend I put on that pipe down there has been working an absolute treat, but there is obviously still more that's hanging about. I don't know whether you can see. The babbies are soggy down there. I don't think you can, because the sun. Always move, that's why you can't see him. I don't think you can see him there. But he's got to grow double in size already. Unbelievable. Oh, get the hoover out and hoover it all out.